All right. I want to give you some ideas of things to do with your 1-year-old at home. Want to see my 1-year-old? Here's my 1-year-old. Now, I live in a house with teenagers, so my 1-year-olds are now grown up. So I don't have a lot of toys around my house, but I'm hoping and I'm guessing that you have toys that are appropriate for your age child. Some of the things that I'm going to be showing you are with items that I probably wouldn't use with my 1-year-old, but I would have had toys that are the right size for my 1-year-old. So if we were in class together, we would sing a song. So let's sing a song. And what you can do is you can have your child in your lap. If they're not interested in being in your lap, it's because they're 1 and they need to explore, and that's okay. But I'll do this with you, and then if there's some point when they do want to be in your lap, then you can play this with them at that time. So basically, rocking side to side is going to get your child out of equilibrium, which is really good for their balance. So I usually sing them songs. We're going to sing "The More We Get Together, Together, Together." And you really want to try to tip them if they like it. If they don't like it, don't do that. Do something that's fun for both of you. But these are some games and ideas that we do in class. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. There we go. Now, if they like to sit on your lap, they can play this game with us. If they're not into sitting, we're gonna follow them around and talk to them about what they're doing as they're doing it. So if they're on your knees, or if you can get them to do this game with you at any point, you could play it any time. It goes there, and you're holding their waist or their armpits, and they're on your knees. So we're bumping them up and down. There was the Duke of York, who had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they're up, whoop. When they were down, they're down, shoo. When they're only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Sometimes they really like that when they're up high and then we let them down kind of quick. Sometimes they like that. They marched them to the left. So you kind of tip them sideways again. March them to the right. He marched them upside down. Now this is where there could be many ways of doing it. There's one way, which is make sure we're not going to hit anything. Hold them to our chest and we tip together. Upside down, right side up. You could also have them in front of you and you're just kind of holding them under their legs and behind their back on the floor, and then tip them onto their back and then back onto their legs. So they're sitting like this. You've got your hands under them. Tip them back, tip them up. And then the last way, if you sit side by side and they're sitting on the floor next to you, all you do is you kind of wrap your arm around them and you can tip upside down together. Upside down, right side up. And then always talk to them about where they are in space. So if they're upside down, oh, we're upside down. Are you upside down? We're upside down. We're laying on our back. All right, let's sit back up on our bottom. At first, it feels weird to talk to your 1-year-old like that. It just is like, what am I doing? But it's really good for their language development. So as they're going around, basically you're narrating for them as they go. So that's a circle time that we would do maybe in class with 1 and 2-year-olds or 1-year-olds if they're interested. Again, 1-year-olds are explorers, so they're gonna wanna go, 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 go. They're gonna want to touch stuff. They need to touch and move. So if they're climbing on things, that's okay. What we do is we try our best not to lift them onto stuff, but as they're trying to climb, if you want them to go on the thing, then you put your knee out and your knee becomes a step. So they can step on your leg and then push with their foot to get on top of the thing. So if they're pushing with their leg, they're gonna engage their muscles in the front and the back of their legs. So we kind of let them climb up on top. Maybe we sit, and then when they're ready to climb down, a lot of times you have to kinesthetically teach them, we're gonna lay on our belly and feet first. So if I was the child and I was in the chair, I need to roll to my tummy and get off the thing backwards. So think of things in your house that you want them to go backwards. Probably backwards down the stairs. If they're on your bed, you want them to climb backwards off the bed. Couches, obviously, because when we scoot forward to get off, if I go to scoot forward, my head's pretty heavy and my body's not quite as heavy, so they usually end up tumbling forward because wherever their head goes, that's where their whole body goes. So I set up a little obstacle course here with things that I have in my house. Now you're gonna have to be creative and find things in your house, but this is just an idea of some things you can maybe try. I have pool noodles. You could use a blanket. You could use a rolled up towel. I've got a pillowcase, which I stole from the gym for now, but any pillowcase would do. Another pool noodle, some blocks, some squishy blocks, some animals, and then I set up a little tunnel under my chairs with a blanket. So I've got 2 chairs back to back, like that, and then a little blanket over top. I've got a bench at my house, so that's something that we could use to climb on and climb off of. Pillows next to my couch. The couch cushions could come off, but basically some things to do with 1-year-olds. They don't know or can't do over quite yet. A lot of times they'll just bowl over something, like they'll just walk on it. And so maybe they don't know the difference between the word on and over. So in class we do a lot of stepping over and we show them. So, oh, Mama's stepping over, Miss Steph is stepping over, Daddy's stepping over, Nanny's stepping over, Grandma's stepping over, we're all stepping over. And maybe your child comes up to it and steps on it. That's okay. Just say, oh, you're stepping on it. You're on it. Miss Steph is on. I'm on the towel. I'm on the pool noodle. I'm on top. I'm gonna step over it. Oh. And stepping over takes a lot of balance, ton of balance, much more than you realize. And it helps us learn how to do stairs. So when we're bigger, that's gonna be something that's gonna help us to lift our leg to go up the stairs. All right, I'm gonna go through the tunnel. Bye. So if I had a tunnel with my 1-year-old, I'm sure they would be all about it. Bye-bye. Where'd you go? I can't find you. Oh, there you are. Hi. Good to see you. So when your child goes in, you're kind of playing that way. You're saying, oh my goodness, where'd you go? Where's baby? Where are you? Oh, peek. Look at all the different ways we could go under. Under. And then you talk about, oh, you're in the house. You're under the tunnel. Oh, you went through the tunnel. So look at all those words we can teach them just by them moving and us narrating. All right, I'm gonna go through the tunnel again. All right. Should I go under the bench or over the bench? Oh, you choose. So if your child went under, you just say, oh, you're going under the bench. Oh, I'm gonna stay under. Bye-bye. Woo, hi. And out I come. Here, oh, out. That's another preposition to learn. Let's try to climb on the couch next. And what you can do is if you set up an obstacle course, you can try to guide them through it. They might let you, they might not, and that's okay too. But if they let you, go ahead and come up behind them. Say, oh, I usually come up behind and grab thumbs, let them grab my fingers. Oh, come try over here. And I guide them over and say, oh, come on, try this. I want to see you climb. Oh, there you go, up on my legs. And then they climb, and they get so proud. Take a minute to celebrate. Yeah, you made it on top. Your friend's with you. Whee! Oh, we need to climb down. All right. You gotta, oh, sit down, please. A lot of times they'll stand up. So if they're standing up, oh, sit down, please. Before we climb down, we have to sit. So instead of letting them jump into your arms, say, oh, no, sit down, please. And then they'll sit, or you'll help them sit. And then roll them over. Roll to our tummies. Scooch backwards, back. Oh, and onto the pillows. All right, let's step over. Now that pillowcase, that's a great place. I love to teach the kids, what do? We do blast offs and head down. So what I would do is hold my baby under their armpits, and hold them and go 3, 2, 1, blast off. 3, 2, 1, blast off. They can face you or face away. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Head down. So to show them head down, I would do head down, head down. Oh, head down, head down, head down. If they're not really interested, that's okay. Again, that might move on. You could do blast off and head down, and you kind of just lift their hips a little bit so that their hands go on the floor. So once their hands go on the floor, we can really lift their hips and then tuck their head under and roll them over. If you don't feel comfortable with that, that's okay. First part is blast off, head down. You want to be my baby son? 3, 2, 1, blast off, head down. So that's our blast off rollovers. So what you can do in your obstacle course is just show them, oh, we're at the pillowcase. Let's show head down, head down. And that is a big part of the roll for little ones. Head down. Did you do it? Did you get your head down? And then lots of praise for what you want to see and ignore the things you don't want to see more of. Just ignore that part. Over. Oh, there's blocks. Let's make a tower. I got a blue one, I got a blue one, I got a red one and a green one. Got a yellow one, got a yellow one. I'll try to make my tower. Can you see it? Uh-oh. It's important that when they are building towers, you let them build it in any way they do. And if it falls, it falls. That's okay. That's life. That's what actually would happen. If we're correcting it every time, then they're not actually learning. We want them to fail. That's how they learn. Oh, it's close. It's gonna stay. It's gonna stay. Try this one. Oh, that one fell. Let me try again. If they may be interested in these things, they may not, and that's okay. You kind of know your child best, so you're gonna have to find things that you know they're gonna like. I would recommend bringing out toys and putting toys away. That's a big thing, is like getting a bin out that they haven't played with in a while and playing with those toys, and then the other ones you're putting in a bin and kind of hiding for a week or two, because then they get excited when they see those toys they haven't played with in a while. Another game I might play, get out different balls, and let's just see what happens when we put a ball on different spots. Oh, what happened? Is it balanced there? Oh, it fell down. Let me see, let me try it again. Oh, it fell the other way. How about this one? Let's see, where could I put it? Oh, I can maybe make a ramp for you. What's gonna happen? Whoosh. Falls down. Should we try it again? Making ramps for them to roll balls down is just so much fun. And it's science, so it's a really good science experiment for them. I've got this little guy. Try this one. What happens when I do this one? This one's bumpy, has little bumps on it. So if I bounce it, it bounces in weird ways. Let's see what happens. Oh, that one made a great noise. So you could play, however, when they get into something, a lot of times they'll keep going and keep going and keep going. So just give them new opportunities. Maybe we find a tube that they can push it through, or somewhere they can put it through. Maybe they have a tiny little one. Let's see, that's too big. How about this one? I'm gonna go through there. No way. No, it's too big. But we find things to do with our kiddos. So say like a tube from wrapping paper. And if you have a little car, you can put it through that tube and go zooming out the other side. That cause and effect is really important for kids. First this, then that. What happens if? Another game I would play if I had a 1-year-old in my home, probably I used to play it, but say they just finished eating their breakfast, their lunch, their dinner, and they're in their high chair. They've got a nice tray in front of them. You need to clean the dishes. They're full, so they're fine, right? So what you can do is clean off their tray and then give them some things that are fine motor. So for example, this is a Skippy jar, but you could use any jar, and I just cut a hole in the top. And then you could give them some Cheerios or some of those little Cheerio type food that they can just put in there. You show it to them, show them how it works. Oh, we put it in, and they put it in, and they make themselves a rattle. You could give them ones with different sizes in the top. I just use the scissors quickly and cut into there, but if you give them things that are okay for them to have, say it's a Cheerio, let's pretend these are Cheerios, they're rocks, which I wouldn't give a 1-year-old little tiny rocks, but I would give them Cheerios. And then they make this great musical instrument. It's not too loud for us because it's plastic, right? And then what the other great thing about it is if you can teach them to turn and open it, and then they can practice opening it. They might not know how to do that for quite a while, but if you expose them to those things, they'll learn it faster than if you don't expose them to those things. So they might yell at you like, open it, and you open it and dump everything out and they go again. So another thing I might do with a little one is in this obstacle that I made, I might have a surprise where they can actually feel something that's different for them. This one's filled, and if I was there watching and making sure that I was playing one-on-one with them, I would allow them to play with things that I wouldn't leave out normally, because they need to be able to touch and feel different things. We just have to watch and make sure they don't put them in their mouths. That's a really great sensory game for them, is to feel the different textures of the rocks and to hear the sounds that they're making. So it's really good for their development. What's another one? Don't throw away boxes. You can make those into really great things. Kids love putting things in, taking them out, and then the whole time they're playing, some, more, less, all, none. They can learn all of those words by you going, oh, you're putting more in? Can I have some? Ooh, let's pour it in there. Oh, now that one's empty. Oh, this one's full. So you can, as you go and play with buckets or boxes and put things in them, you can teach them all sorts of stuff like that. Then the other thing you can do is teach them imagination play. So closer to 2, they're going to be more interested in imagination or imaginary play. But I always like to start early and kind of show them, ooh, are you going to make me a cookie? Oh, thank you for the cookie. Oh, it's a dry cookie. I think I need some tea. Oh, thanks for the tea. Delicious tea. You want some cookies, Bear? Here's some cookies. Oh, yeah, I know. I needed some more tea too. Here, you can have some. Do you want to hold it yourself? Okay, there, you take it. Oh, Bear. Oh, what? Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. There's fruit over there? Oh, okay, I'll go get it. So you just be silly and play and show them what imaginary play is all about, because when they learn that, they'll sit and play for hours by themselves, imagining the whole world. So, one last idea I have for you before I'll let you go on this. What I did is, again, I'm just looking around my house for things. You have things that are more appropriate for 1-year-olds. But what I did is to add to another sensory play toy is you could take a bag, and I made 2. I made one inside with macaroni noodles, and I would duct tape it really, really strongly. I just filled up a bag with macaroni elbow noodles and taped it, stick it inside this one, and I would tape it again. And this could be part of this obstacle course we're doing. So as they're climbing on, climbing off, climbing on, climbing off, maybe this gets hidden under the house and they go in there like, ooh, what's that? What'd you find? And they bring it out. Let's shake it. Show me how you shake it. Makes a great noise. The texture is great, feels good. We could feel it to different parts of our body, our arms. We could put it, on our tummy, cheek. What's great about this is it's from your house, so you don't have to worry about germs getting on you. It's your own things. And then you could do other bags with different types of noodles. You could do, if you have older kids and they make slime, be careful, be very careful. But you could do a little bit of slime in one of these so that they could squish it with their fingers and feel that. If you don't want that all over your house, I'd recommend that toy only goes during bath time, because then you don't worry so much about it being everywhere. Well, I hope that gives you some ideas for your 1-year-olds. And remember, patience, 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 obviously, but they are explorers. So your 1-year-olds are big, big explorers. They just need to go and touch and do. And the more textures you can give them, the better, especially in their foods. So if they're eating, you're gonna wanna give them lots of different textures, different types of foods that they can at least touch to their mouth. So email me and let me know how this is going for you. What else can I give you? What can I do for you? My email address you can find on the Mini Hops website, or you can email mail@mini-hops.com. That is our customer service, and they will get that to me as well. So take care. Happy times with your babies. See you soon.